When Goku realized that the curse that had struck him could destroy all of existence, he chose to sacrifice himself. But his sacrifice ignited Xeno's anger, who saw that the entire seventh universe had allowed Goku to fall, so he decided to erase it completely. And before the erasure was complete, a mysterious being appeared, resembling Goku and Vegeta, born in the seventh universe and who stopped Xeno's power. At the same time, Goku awakened in a place that belongs to neither the world of the living nor the dead, where a mysterious sacred being awaits him with no clear intention. Who is this being, and where is Goku? Let us discover this now in the second arc, Episode 4. In a place that resembles nothing, no sky, no land, and no measurable time, Goku found himself standing, as if his existence there had been forcibly imposed on him. Before him was a mysterious being who raised his head nervously. Who is this? Where am I? The last thing I remember is that I sacrificed myself. And in the next moment, a calm voice came to him, neither harsh nor warm. Goku, your reckoning is severe here, and your presence here is not a coincidence. Goku froze. The being began to approach, no clear movement, as if it were sliding through the void. Goku grew uneasy. What is this? Are you the curse? There was no answer. It kept getting closer until it stood before him face to face. But Goku could not see its features, as if they were veiled from perception itself. Goku clenched his fist, his instincts igniting. If you are what remains of the curse, then I'll end you here. Goku vanished in an instant and threw a fast punch, but it stopped, as if an invisible wall swallowed the blow. Goku's eyes widened in shock, and in a flash, he felt a hand clamp around his neck. The being lifted him effortlessly, without any effort at all. Goku choked as he said in a broken voice, "Why me specifically? I got rid of the curse. I sacrificed myself. Why did it return to me after my death?" The being's voice drew closer while it was still holding him. "Because you are the being who broke the order of the universes the most, and the one for whose sake the Dragon Balls were used the most, or to save." Goku's breathing quickened. The curse was born of fear, and it collided with the only being who does not fear. Goku lowered his voice in true astonishment. So that's why others saw me as a danger? That's why my friends thought about pushing me away? There was no answer at first. And suddenly, the being extended his two fingers together, and from them emerged a very strange energy that shocked Goku with a jolt that made him scream. Goku rose in pain, hearing him say in a steady voice, "I gave you a dose of my energy against death, because what awaits you is extremely painful." Goku slowly raised his head, confused. "What do you mean? Didn't I die implicitly? Wait, from your words, it seems you are not the curse itself. So who are you, and where are we?" The mysterious one fell silent for a few seconds, as if the question had taken him back to a distant memory. Then he said, "You did not die, but you have no original body. You are only your spirit now. I am the one who pulled you into this place after I was given the chance. You are inside the Super Dragon Balls, inside the heart of the dragon, which I created myself, and my name is Zalama." Goku's eyes widened in shock. "What? So you are not the curse? And where is my body then?" The other said with deadly coldness, "You did not get rid of the curse, Goku. The curse did not end. It evolved and stole your body, and gained consciousness, and became an independent entity." Goku stepped back, as if the words struck him harder than any attack. "But how did all this happen? Why weren't you present to stop the curse?" The other replied, "You will know how. But before that, you must finish the preliminary stage that you have just begun, and it is painful. It is necessary so that you can focus here with me." And here, a wave of attacks exploded. Not ordinary blows, but pressure on the entire consciousness. Rapid attacks from countless orbs. Goku was in pain and did not understand. How did it enter? Why did the curse not end? Was his sacrifice meaningless? Questions gnawed at his mind, and no answer. Zalama spoke. "Everything you are being subjected to now carries wisdom and a purpose. You will understand it after it is over."
At the very same moment, in the outside world, the Supreme Queen had been expelled from the seat of managing the universes. She returned to her private palace after Zeno became angry with everyone because they did not protect Goku. The Queen raised her staff and sent an instant message to all her children. One order only: gather now, immediately, no exceptions. They all hurried, the angels, to move and answer this call and to discover what their mother was going to tell them. But Whis and Vados did not respond to their mother's call. Not rebellion, but a conscious decision. Whis stood, then said in a calm tone that hid a secret, "I agreed with Vados on one thing. The danger has not ended yet. We have to take some of you with us. You need training. Otherwise, no one will endure what is coming." Here, Goten trembled. He instinctively looked toward his mother. He now knows that she is pregnant, and he was afraid. Vados continued, "We will take at least 3 of you. You will train in the special time chamber of Beerus's planet. It is more advanced than what you knew, and it will make a difference in a very short time." Goten clenched his fist. "No, I can't. I won't leave my mother as long as the danger exists. I will stay here to protect them." After moments of discussion, Trunks and Gohan stood with Whis and Vados and said, "Okay, we will do it. I hope this is done quickly." Whis replied, "Good. Beerus, stay here, help them, and protect what remains." Then they all left, and Goten remained, clenching his fist, looking at the sky, and saying, "No matter how dangerous what is coming is, I will not let your sacrifice, Dad, be without meaning. I will protect them all." Goku was still going through the preliminary stage, still being subjected to torment, but he did not understand the reason for this stage exactly. He was saying inside himself, "I hope this stage ends quickly. I must find a way out of here." But how was my body stolen? Hours passed, and everyone realized that the danger had become greater. So the gods of destruction gathered with the Kaioshin in a closed council, isolated from all universes. Tension filled the place. Beelmod said, "All of you felt that power that appeared. That being, we do not know its identity, but it is clear that it awakened because of the curse." The others said, "What happened to Beerus cannot be ignored. We do not know the origin of this curse, but the 7th universe has become a real threat to everyone."
A heavy silence prevailed. Then Champa spoke. "The dream we all saw was terrifying. I am with you. We must get rid of the 7th universe completely." They exchanged looks. They all agreed on the decision. But suddenly, something tore through the place like a meteor falling. A massive light exploded, forcing everyone to step back. The place shook, the light covered everything, and when it began to fade, there was the shock. One of the rulers of destruction had that being fall upon him. It extended its hand, placed it over his head, then said with a mocking smile, cold to the point of terror, "My journey will start from here, and the purge will begin now." Not even a single second passed. Then an explosion. The god of destruction vanished completely, in a violent way. The Kaioshin froze. No one dared to speak. Only one question was screaming in all of their minds. Who is this being? The intruder stepped forward and said mockingly, "Sorry for ruining your meeting, but the debts that have piled up on all of you, it is time to pay them." The rulers of destruction exchanged looks. No one understood his meaning. except one Kaioshin, an old wise one, whose face suddenly turned pale. Impossible! So the legends were true. Wishes were not without a price. The curse has formed into an entity, and now it is demanding the price for every wish that was fulfilled through recklessness. Confusion spread. Another Kaioshin said, "But why the rulers of destruction first?" At that moment, the intruder raised his hands. The attack rushed directly toward Jin. It was violent, straight, without hesitation. Jin tried to move, but time was not on his side. The attack pierced his body. An internal explosion, his energy shattered, and he fell. The hall shook. The others trembled. No one even dared to breathe. The intruder did not give them a single second. He vanished. A direct strike to the stomach. A hand pierced his body, tore through him without resistance. The ruler of destruction bled before he fell, a body without a soul. The being shook his hand and said coldly, "Who's next?" Here, Belmod clenched his fist. Anger overwhelmed fear. He charged at full speed, but the being vanished and appeared behind him. He placed his hand on Belmod's shoulder. Belmod did not feel pain at first. He felt emptiness. The intruder said in a low voice, "Would you believe me if I told you that I myself am surprised?" Belmod stiffened. The other continued, "I did not expect that controlling two bodies would grant me this result." Belmod's eyes widened, but the words reached the wise Kaioshin's ears clearly, and he understood. Then he said in shock, "Now I understand. The curse that struck Vegeta and the curse that struck Goku took control of both bodies. It formed Potara earrings by itself and achieved a fusion? But Goku sacrificed his life, so why did his body remain part of the curse?" At that moment, Belmod collapsed before everyone's eyes, a humiliation the gods had never witnessed before.
Inside the Super Dragon Balls, Goku was screaming. He did not see an attack, nor energy, nor an enemy, only pure pain, continuous without stopping. Goku, in a broken voice, "What is this? Why this torment?" The voice came to him from Zalama. "Everything that is happening to you now, Goku, is nothing but a very small part, 1% of what I myself have endured over millions of years." Goku received a harsher blow and fell to his knees. "Millions of years? What madness is this, and why?" Zalama spoke, and this time his voice was heavier. "This is the price of wishes." Goku froze. "Price? What debt are you talking about? Wishes were always without cost." Zalama, "And that is the mistake. When I created the Dragon Balls, they were not as you knew them. Every wish that is fulfilled had to be paid. A life for a life, time for time, power for loss." Goku's eyes widened despite the pain. "But this will shatter the order." Zalama, "Exactly. That is why I sacrificed myself. I entered the depths of the Dragon Balls. I became the reservoir. I absorb the imbalance. I delay the debt. I endure the torment so the universe does not collapse. Until I was betrayed." "Betrayal? By whom? And what does it have to do with me?" Zalama, firmly, "What is happening to you now is not punishment. It is preparation. All the debts that accumulated inside these Super Dragon Balls are making you touch them gradually. If you do not adapt, your consciousness will shatter." Goku moved to the second stage, the test of the mind. Suddenly, Goku's consciousness was filled with harsh scenes of his family. This was part of the training. At the same time, he found himself under gravity multiplied 1,000,000 times. Every time he lost his balance, he screamed in pain, with shocks striking him violently. At that moment, Zalama spoke. Listen to me carefully, Goku. If you lose your balance one more time, you will remain here forever. Your body in the outside world has been stolen. You will not be able to return, not now and not later, unless I grant you my own body. But if I do that while you are in this state, your consciousness will explode. Goku trembled and felt real fear for the first time. So, what will I do? If the curse has not ended, I must return to protect everyone. You must focus, control, until you reach the stage sufficient for me to give you my body. Goku returned to training, tears flowing without a sound, and said in a broken voice, "I won't leave them. I won't break." At the same time, outside, that being continued what he had started. The gods of destruction were falling one after another, without resistance, without a chance. Only Champa remained. He tried to escape, but the being's hand grabbed him by the ears. "After you, I will close the circle. Even your brother will not escape." And in a single moment, Champa exploded, and his existence vanished completely. The being looked at the Kaioshin with contempt and left, leaving terror paralyzing the place without touching them. Inside the Dragon Balls, Goku had made progress and was able to evade the invisible attacks, and he began to see in his mind what was happening outside clearly. He felt the danger approaching his family, but his inner voice was clear. "Goten, I'm counting on you. Protect everyone." On Beerus's planet, Gohan and Trunks were training under the supervision of Whis and Vados. The pressure was immense, and time was passing abnormally inside the chamber. And suddenly Whis stopped, his eyes widening. Gohan said anxiously, "What happened, Whis? Don't tell me the danger has reached them." Whis replied, "Not yet, but I never expected him to come to this place." Trunks was shocked immediately. Come? Who? And why here of all places? And before he could answer, outside that being had arrived at Beerus's planet. He stood in the void, slowly raised his hand, and said in a voice devoid of any feeling, "Sometimes sealing in a place without life is better than death." And in the next moment, the planet exploded completely. It was not an ordinary explosion, but total erasure. The energy swallowed everything, and with it vanished the gate leading to the time chamber. Inside the chamber, everyone was shocked. "Impossible! He destroyed the entire place," Gohan said in anger and terror. "Whis, what does this mean?" Whis took a deep breath. "This means there is no way out of here. This chamber was designed with special services for kings. Breaking it is almost impossible." Gohan clenched his fist. "Our families are in danger." Whis replied without hesitation, "The only solution I see is that you break your limits completely. We as angels cannot exceed 30%. As for you, you must reach a power capable of blowing this place itself apart." A heavy silence fell. Gohan and Trunks exchanged only one look and understood everything. No time, no choice. Either they surpass the limits of pain now, or they lose everything. At the very same moment, all the angels gathered in the palace. Their mother received them with a stern face they had never seen before, and said without preamble, "You will all remain here. The danger has become comprehensive to all existence, and I do not want any soul among you to be harmed." The angels exchanged worried looks, and one of them said, "But why are you here? You should be in the king's palace." Before she could continue, heavy footsteps resounded, and the grand priest stepped out of the shadows. He said in a formal voice, "As you know, your mother and I alternate in serving Zeno. Your mother has now been expelled by Zeno. We gathered you here because this curse's danger cannot be stopped, and we cannot even stand before Zeno to prevent his decision." One of the angels asked, "And what has Zeno decided?" The mother said,
He decided to use the Super Dragon Balls with the intention of bringing Goku back, but we discovered that this would accelerate the curse's evolution by millions of times. Xeno's power, when it interferes with the curse, means total destruction of existence itself. A terrifying silence prevailed. No one spoke. Everyone realized the same truth.
On the other side, Goku had passed all the initial stages, but the next stage was not training. It was slow execution, invisible strikes, so fast that the sensation of pain came only after penetration. His body was being crushed from the inside, and his scream came out without sound. He had to evade them while restrained. Goku shouted, "Enough! If this is training, then you are breaking me!" Zalama replied with heavy coldness, "The pain you flee from is the same pain that saved the universes repeatedly. What previously prevented the curse from fully controlling you was not your power, but that you always rise without hatred." Goku continued, believing, trying to endure more. And at that moment, in the outside world, a massive beam of light fell upon the strange planet. The sky split open, the ground shook, and the light swallowed everything. The friends were terrified, and when the light faded, the shock was revealed. Beerus, the last destroyer, was being lifted by his head without dignity. The being said with a cold smile, "How lucky you are. Your end was delayed far longer than the rest. But don't worry, I will make it the most grotesque." Beerus could not speak. He did not even understand where this thing came from. And suddenly, a violent explosion struck the being from the side. When the dust cleared, Goten stood there, breathing heavily, his body trembling. "Even if I know that I will die, I will stand to defend them." Everyone was shocked. "He looks like Goku." "No, that's impossible." "Wait, this is a fusion? But how?" The being laughed lightly. "You want to defend them? Very well, let's try." He fired a massive energy directly toward everyone. In an instant, Goten rushed forward and stood in front of them, his body glowing, teeth clenched, screaming as he held back the wave. The ground shattered, the air exploded, and the energy was slowly crushing him. At the same moment, Goku felt everything. Goten's scream pierced his soul. He shouted, "No! No more delay! This stage ends here!" He exploded in rage. His power surged like a hurricane. The restraints shattered. The void itself trembled. A new transformation was born. A terrifying mixture between Ultra Instinct at its third level and the power of the Dragon Balls themselves. The environment changed. The energy became heavier than perception itself. Zalama said with majestic calm, "Well done. Now I will show you something." He removed the mask. His true form appeared. A strange form, sacred yet terrifying, as if existence itself had been unveiled. Goku looked at him seriously, without shock, and took a deep breath. Zalama said, "Now, Goku, the real battle between us will begin. You are qualified, but hurry, you have no time. One final stage remains. If you surpass it, I will give you my body." Goku clenched his fist and said, "Hurry, because I will unleash this rage upon whoever intended to harm my relatives and upon whoever dared to betray you." Outside, after the explosion, Goten stood protecting everyone. He said in a steady voice, "Even if this is the end, I will not allow you to come near them." And in the palace, Zeno spoke sharply, "Let's go to the Dragon Balls immediately. I want to bring Goku back." But in the shadows, in the distant other side, the angels knew the truth. This wish could end everything. The mother decided to gather them here with their father. Goten remained alone. Gohan and Trunks were trapped, forced to break the chamber's barrier quickly, and Goku had only one final step left. So what is the fate of this existence?